We are. So, I'll take a walk outside and see
Yeah,
how beautiful day that we have here. Um, we're excited to see a lot of activity on the Valencia corridor, which is exciting. People are starting to open up. We just got word that you're able to start servicing bars and restaurants soon
that's
outside.
exciting. Yeah,
Yep. And I'll give you guys a little sneak peek at the front of the studio.
yeah.
Make sure I don't get hit by a car while I'm out here. So this is what the studio looks like from the outside. We put our sandwich board out today just to get people excited about the possibility of us coming back soon, which is exciting. It
Hmm.
says, "What's your superhero power?" So that's
Nice.
exciting. But yeah, so real happy to talk to you and talk to everybody
Yeah,
about what we've done to pivot
sure.
in this crazy new time. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll start let's start the show. What do you think? The Voss and Tracy show.
Yeah. So, so yeah,
So
I wanted to thank you for having and hosting us on this platform. It's really nice to
absolutely.
be a part of the community and the business community. We've known each
Yeah,
other for a couple years now.
absolutely. Thank you for joining. I'm Hey Greg, thanks for joining. So let's start the show. So my name is Vas Skineris. I'm the Director of Business Development at the Council District of Merchant Associations. And this year we're celebrating our 70th anniversary. So we are the umbrella organization for the 33 merchant associations of San Francisco. And my job is I help oversee um, membership, private-public partnerships, sponsorships, and marketing for the association. And this is a series of merchant stories that we're featuring with the council and other small businesses around San Francisco because June 22nd to 26th is Small Business Week. So we need to highlight what's special about San Francisco. Small business is very important to the makeup of San Francisco. Um, we are so fortunate to have an amazing collection of small businesses. We always say small business is big business in San Francisco. There are 90,000 businesses in San Francisco. Half of them are considered small business. That means they employ 10 or less employees. However, they employ almost 350,000 people in San Francisco. That's over a third of the population. And, they're more than just places of commerce, as we know. Our favorite small businesses, they're like the living rooms of these neighborhoods. And, we want to make sure we preserve them and we want to make sure that we highlight them to one another. And finally, I just want to say 1%, if you change 1% of your buying habits to local shopping, um, that creates $100 million back to the local economy. So every dollar counts. It's really important to make your voice heard and share, what your favorite business is. Thank you, Mina. So I just want to say this is meant to be an interactive talk. I would like people to voice their opinions, their questions, comments as we go along. Don't be shy. We'll be reading the comments and we'll try to answer them. So I guess we'll jump right into it.
Yeah.
This is Tracey Silvester.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, and she
Thank
has
you.
a business called EHS Pilates
Mm-hmm.
in the Mission on Valencia, one of the most vibrant streets in San Francisco.
Yep.
So, Tracey, tell us a little bit about your business. Also, tell us about you. Who is Tracey?
So, well, I was born in Delaware and via Atlanta, Georgia, came to San Francisco in '96. My previous career was in the optical business, and then I joined the team here. It was called Ellie Herman Studios,
Mm,
and the early 2000s. She actually wrote Pilates for Dummies and was one of the first people to bring Pilates to this coast. But, in my adulthood, I've been always an advocate for small business. I work for a larger corporation, and one of the reasons why I joined the team here at EHS Pilates is because I wanted to experience what it would be like to work and thrive in a small business environment, and was very lucky in 2004, along with my business partner of 10 years, who you'll be meeting later, Nancy Myers. We, started this journey together and bought the business from Ellie when she relocated to New York, and have been, EHS is stretching towards 30 years in the mission. And we were lucky enough to be nominated as a legacy business in San Francisco.
Oh, wonderful.
And then about 5 years ago, Nancy started a business in Mexico, and I was able to buy her percentage of the business. Now I'm the sole owner and operator of EHS Pilates. That's where we are. Hopefully, I could take you on a little tour of the studio and show you what we're doing, and celebrate pivoting in this new era of COVID-19 and trying to really, embrace the moment and continue to thrive.
I'm curious, tell us in a nutshell, what is Pilates? How is it different from all the other, and what are the benefits?
Well, Pilates is a really intelligent form of exercise. It was originally developed by Joseph Pilates. I'll quickly show you a little photo of Joseph right there. His studio was back in New York, and he developed this originally for working with the military. So a lot of the springs and such you see on the equipment, he pulled from underneath some of the hospital beds, so you can rehabilitate while you're still laying down. The springs make it unique because they're help you either dynamically work harder in the work, or it can help support doing deeper engagement with the muscles and such. So it's about total body movement. There are some principles that go with Pilates method. We'll look at them when we go upstairs. I have them hanging on the wall. And it's unique, it's intelligent, and it works for fitness and core conditioning and total body conditioning, as well as we do a lot of work with the Pilates method in pre and post rehabilitation.
Got it. And
people liken us to yoga all the time, but it is very different. And
it's different.
As you'll see upstairs, there's a lot of machines involved. But we can show you a little bit of it in action. I've got our studio. I'm going to turn this around. One of our studios here.
And folks, stay tuned. We're going to do some exercises, right, Tracey? Where during this SIP moment, you're going to help us do some stretching.
So that was Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you Nancy. I'm going to keep the door closed so she can hear, and I don't have to put my mask on. But we'll look at, and that's her in our studio, which we are remote broadcasting from. There is the remote broadcasting station there, and she is in the middle of teaching a class called the ARC. So that's really a little bit of showing you the dynamics of that in action. And then we will do some stretching exercises and such when we move upstairs.
Woo!
So, yeah. So I can give you a little tour of the space if you'd like to see.
Yeah. So what kind of memberships do you have? Do you have like yearly memberships or monthly memberships?
So it's not a membership-based business. There is what you can do called auto pay. If you want to do 12 classes a month, you can do an auto pay system, which brings our prices down. But we do, drop-ins, 10 cards and 5 cards. There's no commitment to, participate in our environment. We do a lot of private one-on-one instruction. And we work with about 23 independent businesses that are experts in the field of Pilates. And we specialize in areas of foot and gait therapy, pre and postnatal. We work with active aging, sports, fitness and conditioning, and a variety of other types of modalities in working with the equipment to keep you fit and active and engaged as an upright citizen in San Francisco.
So I like what Andrea said. What is the COVID Tech neck? What is that?
So the COVID Tech
What
neck.
is that? Is that what I'm suffering from?
Yeah, I think that's what we are all suffering from. So I mean, with the way we are using our devices now, it's 24/7, and the ability for us to feel that that we are stretching and keeping our necks healthy is a huge part of what we do in Pilates. And Pilates can be a really good way to keep you fit during this time. We have Monique Covertito upstairs that can take us through some exercises. I'm going to walk upstairs and show you the upstairs
Okay,
space.
great.
So this is our
Wow,
Pilates
it's a
studio.
huge space. How big is your building?
It's 2,300 square feet, and we had to unfortunately remove about 30% of our equipment. I think the sun is making it a little dark, but we've had to make 10 Pilates pods, 10 feet Pilates pods, I should say, for social distancing. And we're right now in the middle of redoing our space in order to open up safely. And here's Mo here. Let me put my mask on. And she is doing a little bit of
Hi, Mo.
exercising. This is
Good to
Monique.
see you. Hi, Monique. How are
Hi,
you?
So
Good to
Andrea
see
was asking
you.
a
Thank you
little
for
bit
joining
about,
us.
I'm sorry?
Andrea
I
was
see.
asking a
Go
little bit
ahead.
about tech neck.
Oh, yes. May I show you a few
Yeah.
release exercises to release your neck for the day?
Okay. Audience, are you going to participate? Yes.
Yes, I would love
Yes. Everyone is participating. All right, let's do this. I'm ready.
Okay. So there's many ways that we can move our neck, which is flexing, extension, lateral, as well as rotation. I'm going to take you through a few exercises to stretch those areas, but we want to move slow, okay? So let's bring our hands, make sure you're sitting on a nice chair, or you can be standing. Just make sure your spine is nice and tall, Pilates abs are engaged. I'm going to put my hands off to the side. If you're standing, just have your hands straight to the side. All you're going to do is sit nice and tall, and I'd like for you to just let your head lean the left ear to the left shoulder. From there, you're going to try to lean away from your right hand, which will possibly bend your left elbow just a tad, not much. You're going to feel a stretch to the lateral side. Take a nice deep inhale. And then on your exhale, I'd like you to start nodding your chin down towards your hips, which is going to get you into a deeper lateral stretch through that side. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, just allow yourself to nod your chin a little bit more towards your chest and roll to the center. And from there, take an inhale and exhale and lift up nice and tall. And then you should have felt a nice little lateral stretch there. Then from the other side, we'll just lean away from that left hand, thinking nice stretch. You feel that shoulder drop down. You're still seated and equally into the sits bones. Take an inhale. On your exhale, I'd like you to just side bend your right ear to your right shoulder. Take another inhale for me. And then exhale, go ahead and nod your chin down towards your armpit. Take that inhale, we're moving the neck, and then we exhale and nod it further towards the chest to the center and slowly lift. So that was your lateral sides. I'd like to go into a flexion. So from here, sitting, standing, same position, nice tall spine, take an inhale. Exhale, just give me a little nod, the chin down to the chest. From there, I'd like you to take both of your hands, you'll place them to the base of your skull, and I want you to lift your skull as if you could get a longer neck. From there, you're going to take an inhale, and I'd like you to exhale, try to lift your head back up, but use your hands to softly prevent that from happening. Don't do too much, but count to 3, 2, 1, and then take an inhale. On your exhale, you'll do it one more time. You're going to push your head into your hands as your hands prevent you from lifting your head. 3, 2, 1, and then take an inhale and exhale and slowly remove your arms and hands and allow yourself to sit up nice and tall. So for the extension part, I end up losing my speech. So I'm going to ask you to open your mouth and you're going to lean your head back. But when you lean the head back, you want to think long neck, and then we'll close and clamp our teeth. Okay, so nice tall neck, open the mouth, lean it back, ever so slightly, but feel lifted, and then just close your teeth. Feel that front stretch, take a deep inhale, exhale, take an inhale, exhale, and then I usually use my hands to place at the back of my skull. I take another inhale, and I gently bring my hand back up. Be careful with that. That's one that can really get in there. So now let's go into our rotation. You'll just turn to the left. Try to keep your spine nice and tall, sitting nice and evenly through the sits bones. Your chin is parallel to the floor. Your eyes are at horizon level. All I want you to do is take an inhale. On your exhale, try to look further to the left, keeping the eyes at horizon, and open your right shoulder away as you look, which will give you that beautiful stretch through the front of the shoulders and the neck. Take another deep inhale, sit up nice and tall, notice sit bones. Exhale and try to look maybe a little farther as you open your right shoulder further away. And then take your inhale and exhale and come back to center. We have one more side to do. Take a nice deep inhale, exhale, softly look to the right. Just feel that moment as a stretch already. Take another inhale, exhale, open the left shoulder away from your right shoulder as you look further to the right. You'll do that one more time, nice deep inhale, and then we exhale and look further as we try to keep that left shoulder from coming. You're trying to make it open. Take that inhale and slowly return to the center. And hopefully you feel a little bit looser now. Thank you for joining me.
That was amazing. Thank you, Monique. That's something you could do anywhere. You could do it on the bus, subway, on an airplane.
Great after a hard Pilates class, great after just a day of sitting at the computer, which we're all doing at this moment.
Oh yeah.
What is they say about how much pounds that you put pressure on your neck?
Oh yes. So if you're sitting at the computer or looking at your phone, each degree that you go down is another 10 pounds added to your neck. So be really aware of that looking at your smartphone. If you can, you want to have your neck be the chin level, eyes at horizon, and see if you can maybe prop your elbow somewhere, or depend on your bicep to pick it up rather than your shoulder, which that can also add a little bit of tension. Personally, I try to set it down somewhere.
And then for me, what's happening for me is I'm on my laptop way longer during this whole SIP situation and in really bad ergonomic environment because I'm not set up for home work or I don't have a home desk. And I find myself even in my, I don't know if everybody knows, but your thoracic spine kind of hunched over and feeling like, I'm always rounded. And one of the things that we can do, and we've pivoted to getting a virtual online studio. Let me flash back to me, and I'll tell you a little bit more about what we're doing. If I can figure out how to rotate. There I am. Hi. I've got my mask on. So
always be safe.
So we are actually as I'm walking away from Mo, we've actually moved our business online, at least our group fitness. So we have what's called the EHS Seek, seeing 100 people on our platform. Fast, can you see me? I feel like I'm running.
You're frozen. You're okay. Now I can see you better, but I can't hear you.
You can't.
Maybe it's your connection in the.
Hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can.
I feel like I might be running out of
we're losing signal. No, you're frozen now. You're frozen. You're frozen.
Can you get me on? Mo.
Yeah.
Can you get me on?
Maybe it's the connection there. So guys, we're talking to Tracey Silvester from EHS Pilates in the Mission. Her business is a legacy business. That means that she has been in business for over 30 years in one location. And this is something that San Francisco gives. There's many benefits to being a legacy business in San Francisco. And we're here to support small business because small business is really important. Tracey, can you hear us? And during this crisis, I am also with the Council District of Merchant Associations, and Small Business Week is coming up. And we're actually going to have a webinar for, during the small business events. And Tracey will be one of our featured merchants, and we're going to be talking about how she's post-COVID world that we're in. Hi, Nick. Thanks for coming in. So we're highlighting Tracey, her business, what are the things that she's doing. So let's see here. Where is she? She just fell out. Ah, come on, Tracy. Come back in. Well, we just lost touch with Tracy, but she'll be coming in soon. She probably got disconnected. But during this crisis, 47% of businesses in San Francisco um, reported that they lost 100% of their revenues during this time. So we like Tracy's business model because she she has pivoted her business pretty well. She's doing all kinds of fun things to keep her community active, engaged. We invite you to follow her on Instagram, on Facebook, all the social media platforms. Her handle is EHS Pilates. So let's see. Let me add, here we are. Monique, I'm going to add you on and you could, oops, Monique, come on. Let's try Monique again. Okay, so.
I'm back.
Wow, you're in and out.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. This is very suspenseful, Tracy.
I know. I'm sorry.
So
it's crazy.
Tracy, while you were out, I was just explaining how you are a really good business model. You've been around for so long. However, you're pivoting to the new normal, the post-COVID economy that we're in. And I invited everyone to follow you, of course, on Instagram and all the different social media channels. And I was looking through your Instagram feed, and you guys are doing so much. Your engagement is really inspiring. You're engaging with the community. I know you're very involved with the Merchant Association there. The Valencia Street Merchants is one of the best in the city. You guys have great capacity, great community, and maybe tell us a little bit about Valencia Merchants Association too.
Yeah, so I'm on the board of the Valencia Merchant Street Association, or the Valencia Merchants Association, and a member of the Valencia Corridor Association. And we are super, super engaged right now, completely active in trying to make sure that we're supporting all the small businesses in San Francisco. I've been working with the Economic Development Task Force, and actually have worked with 11 of the Pilates studios in San Francisco and large. We had a big Zoom meeting to talk about how we can actually, come together with an opening action plan for our industry. We seem to have been lumped in with gyms, even though we are nothing like the gym environment, and have been really working to get the powers that be to hear what our business models are like. I mean, we all have retail. The way we've pivoted is we went immediately online, and then we're starting retail curbside on Saturdays, so you can pick up props and things to stir up your Pilates home workout. And then what we can do as an industry to show that we can phase in safely. A lot of the work we do that I said earlier was pre and post rehabilitation, and we feel that we can open safely and follow protocols for our entire Pilates community in San Francisco to do one-on-one sessions, maybe in 2.5 phase or early 3. Right now, our industry is on hold until August 15th. Wow. So we see that, that bars and restaurants and other businesses are struggling with a late phase reopening. And with the Mission Merchants Association and my connections through the Valencia Corridor Association, I feel really blessed to be able to work directly with the Task Force Outreach Committee in order to actually coordinate different businesses. For example, the Mission Bowling Club, Urban Putt, and some of those types of businesses, we were able to get them together so they can submit an opening action plan. So it's all about neighborhood right now. It's all about, keeping positive and getting people together and brainstorming ways. One thing is a small business that can sure pivot and pivot quickly in order to meet this moment. And I feel really proud of my team here, all of our instructors, and seeing our community pull together has been really, heartfelt. So absolutely. I'm very, very positive of the way we will move forward as a community and as a city, and as a neighborhood. So,
and by nature, merchants, small business owners, innovative, scrappy, creative. We don't necessarily fit in the standard box, and that's why we do what we do. But
Right.
it really speaks to community because, moments of crisis that they breed innovation. But innovation is very messy,
Right.
and we all know we need to make 10 mistakes before we get one that's right. So
Yeah.
when you get many heads working, all at once, that's when innovation happens. So speaking of innovation, I know like the crisis hit, everything was kind of like at a standstill. Tracey, I was saying that when the crisis hit, 47% of businesses in San Francisco reported a 100% drop in revenues.
Right.
So this was huge.
Huge.
But I was looking at your Instagram feed. I noticed you have an online store. So
Mm-hmm.
you've had to create new revenue streams and new
Correct.
forms of engagement.
Right.
So tell us about your online store. So did you have that before, or did you beef it up with the crisis?
Well, we definitely beefed it up with the crisis. We've always had retail. We are a toe sock studio, and what that means is that people have to wear gripper socks when they work out. So we've sold different types of accessories like booty shawls, which is a little bit kind of a wrap that goes around your yoga or Pilates pants. And then we have proprietary brand of 2-minute arms, 2-minute abs, and 2-minute feet, which are accessories that go with the Pilates work that you can use at home. And we've
Mm-hmm.
always sold that, but there is definitely more of a demand out there for people to shore up their Pilates home environment, since we are doing remote training, making sure that our clients can meet us where they would like to be and using these types of props in their home studios.
Mm-hmm.
So we've partnered with Balanced Body, where our online store, we shored it up with direct shipping. So you can go on to our online shop and be able to directly ship some lighter equipment and home equipment and have it directly distributed to your doorstep, which is something we've never done before. So that's
Wow.
very new. And then we also have it set up where on Saturdays you can sign up for curbside pickup on our class tab, which is our virtual class tab. And if you sign up, somebody from the studio will reach out to you, talk to you about what props you might want to pick up, and then drive by and coordinate a time on Saturdays to do that. So
Okay.
that's all new. That was,
Yeah.
something that definitely needed to be worked out. We've never done remote training either, and going forward with how to work with our clients and how to get our trainers to meet clients where they are and be able to provide more than just mat work at home has been really rewarding and fun for everybody.
Mm. And I noticed you've got Friday night live dance classes.
Well, that was within partnership. We don't normally do
That's a
Friday
great
night live
idea.
dance classes. That was during San Francisco Dance Week. I mean, last
That's
year,
awesome.
I'm in a dance troupe called the Devilettes, and we
Uh-huh.
did a go-go dance class during Dance Week last year, and we partnered with Royography, who we just love, from ODC, and had a partnership. And this year, we didn't want Dance Week to go by without having a celebration. So we did Friday night live dance classes and brought Royography onto our platform and helped everybody connect with him. He does that on Instagram Live on Mondays and
Uh-huh.
Thursdays. And that's, again, one of the things where you're just really collaborating with your community and keeping things
Absolutely.
fun
Yeah.
and reaching out and connecting where we can in cyberspace. We're all
Absolutely.
learning. And obviously you saw me learn my Instagram fail earlier, but it's again, just taking it light and taking it with
Right.
stride, and everybody's just learning these new ways to communicate. So
Absolutely. And
it
what's
can be
nice?
charming in ways.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And for the merchants and the entrepreneurs online, this is a great opportunity to collaborate with people that normally you would not collaborate with, because people
Right.
are a lot more open to engaging with you and trying something new.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed you also have virtual Pilates classes too. So you can
Yes.
work with your existing clientele, right? During
Yes.
shelter in place. Yeah.
And excitingly enough, existing clientele, we did pivot a lot of people that were doing Pilates. I mean, it is a very intimate form of working out,
Mm-hmm.
but it can successfully be translated, which we've all found out, into a Zoom or any virtual platform environment. We started out with group classes and quickly pivoted. We also do gyrokinesis. We have Qigong. One of our instructors is a martial art and kung fu master, and he
Mm-hmm.
does a kung fu class. We do mat, foot and gait therapy. There's tons that we have going on online, and quickly pivoted to being able to offer our clients. The exciting thing is we've had over 50 people that have not been our clients visit us on our online platform. So it's given us a unique opportunity to reach
Right.
people. EHS Pilates, we've been around for so long. We have a global brand with our history with Ellie Herman opening the original studio. And people have not been able to necessarily visit us unless they were in San Francisco. And this has kind of broken down the barrier of not being here in physically, and people are
Right.
now able to engage with us all over the country and world. So we've had visitors from other countries across the pond. So it's that's been an exciting new prospect. And then even as we pivot back into our normal studio operations, we are investing in a broadcasting system. So even if people are teaching in the mat room or our springboard studio, that we will always be able to broadcast our classes remotely. So in this new normal, if people are not ready to come back and engage right away, that they can still meet us on the virtual platforms and take classes along with people in the studio. So that's kind of a new business model that is developed due to this crisis. We would never have probably ever considered or thought about that. The other interesting thing, again, is talking about like kind of pivoting, is that we have a school. And a lot of people don't know that. We're a vocational training center for Pilates and continuing education for Pilates instructors. And we just launched this week our virtual remote education. Our summer school got canceled. And we are starting teaching on our online studio school platform on June 15th is our first online. So moment in time for us.
Sorry. So my last question to you is, I think you answered some of this, but you know, this has been a horrendous experience for a small business, gut-wrenching. There's going to be a lot of fallout. We all know that. We're pragmatists, and a lot of merchants have been forced to create new economic efficiencies, create new revenue streams. In a nutshell, what do you think are the takeaways? Like, what are the long-term takeaways from this crisis? I know we all need to be grateful for what we have. That's first and foremost.
Yeah.
But are there any, from a business point of view, are there any lessons learned from this crisis?
You know, I think one of the biggest lessons learned is that, you know, I was operating on a model of having to keep up with the rents in San Francisco and really having to like just constantly be, you know, running on all cylinders and getting new people in and trying to be creative with, you know, it wasn't about necessarily making more money so I can have that next phase of my life or you know, save for my retirement or anything. It was just about keeping the doors open. And, you know, even though that there's been a lot of scramble behind the scenes, it would be nice if in a moment like this, the outlay of doing business in the city as a small business owner could be a little less with the licensing and the restrictions and all of the output, so we could really enjoy a more calmer pace. And I think we've all had to lean into a slower idea of what life would look like, you know, waiting in lines at restaurants, waiting in lines to get your food. You can no longer just run down the store and grab a quick lemon while you're in the middle of cooking. And, you know, the same thing goes for business, is learning how to pace myself a little differently and not necessarily just be on like having to race to get the coffee, to race to get to the studio, to race to meet the moment. It's just, I'm hoping that the takeaway is for all of us that we learn that life is short on this planet and we need to breathe, and we just need to take sometimes more of a pause and maybe set up our business models so it's not so chaotic in the future, and that maybe this will kind of reset what the finances are of doing business as a small business owner. It's been really challenging in San Francisco over the years, and maybe this will give us a new idea of what that could look like.
Well, there's some amazing change coming down the line. Merchants are adapting, City Hall is adapting. So, even SFBD is adapting, and this is a great opportunity to reset
Yeah.
so many things, our personal life, our professional life, and let's hope for the best. And I really want to thank you for sharing this moment with me.
Me
And
too.
I look forward
Fun.
to seeing you on our small business webinar.
Yeah, that'd
Uh,
be exciting.
Folks, message me if you want to be on the invite list. We'd love to have you on the webinar that we're doing with the Chamber of Commerce during Small Business Week. It's June 22nd to the 26th. And send me your email. I'll send you it'll be on the Zoom platform. And we will be featuring about 5 to 6 other businesses in San Francisco, each business representing their own business sector,
Yeah.
and how these businesses are adapting to the new normal. So again, I want to thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you,
Thank
Monique.
you.
I feel so much better. Thank you.
Thank you, Vas, for taking the time. It was really great to hang out with you for a little bit today. Sorry
My
about
pleasure.
sorry about the hiccup, but I'm glad I got back
No,
on and we can
no,
finish this up.
it's part of the authenticity of this interview.
It really is. Okay. Bye-bye,
Bye,
everyone.
bye,
Thank you for
bye, bye, bye.
joining. Bye.
Sure, bye, bye, bye.